Okay, so we have some financial statement items. We are going to prepare the financial statement as of July 31st, 2024. So I'm going to show you this information. So on the first column, we have all these different accounts names. And then we are also have their balances loading up. Okay, all the informations are given. So first, let's take a look at the statement of income. So operating expenses, salary expense, utility expense, service revenue, rental income, and supplies expenses. This is all belong to statement of income. Depreciation expense, rent expense, income tax expense, and interest expenses. These are the items for the statement of income and expenses. I'm going to just checking them off so I can see which one has been done. Okay, the header, the name of the company, the title of the statement, and also for the year end, July 31st, 2024. So the basic structure is you have revenue, you have expenses, and the difference is the income before income tax. And then you deduct income tax expenses, you receive net income. So for revenue, we have two items, service revenue and rent income. Together, the revenue is 131,100. For expenses, we have operating expenses, salary expense, utilities expense, supplies expense, depreciation expense, rent expense, interest expense. So when you add them all up, you get 103,780. The difference is 27,320. That's the income before income tax expenses. That income tax expense is 6,000. So your net income is 21,320. So what about a statement of changes in equity? I use the green color. Common shares, dividend declared, and the returned earnings. These three items are in the statement of changes in equity. So name of the company, statement of changes in equity for the year ended July 31st, 2024. The basic structure is you have a common share, you have returned earnings, and together the sum is the total equity. So the beginning balance is 25,500 for common shares, 17,940 for returned earnings. Together, the total equity beginning balance is 43,440. During the year, if you issue common shares, net income, dividend declared, and then you have the balance as of the year end. So during the year, there's no new common shares issued, it's zero. So common shares doesn't change balance. Net income 21,320 from statement of income, and dividend 15,000. So the new return earning balance is 24,260. So the total ending balance is 49,760. So let's see the balance sheet items. Deferred revenue, that's a liability, equipment, accounts payable, cash, accounts receivable, accumulated depreciation equipment, interest payable. This all the balance sheet items. Supplies, trading investments, bank loan payable. So these items are all belong to the balance sheet. All we call it a statement of financial position. I'm checking this out. So name of the company, statement of financial position, that's the title, and this time is the date, July 31st, 2024. So you have assets, total assets. You have the section of liabilities and shareholders' equity section. Under this section, you have two subsections, liability section, and you would figure out what's your total liability. And then you have the shareholders' equity section. And then you figured out what's your total shareholders' equity. And then you have a grand total total liability and shareholders' equity. And this number is supposed to be equal to the total assets. So for assets, cash, accounts receivable, 2,100, trading investments, 25,000, supplies, 2,500, equipment, 50,720, cumulative depreciation, 6,000. So the net equipment is 44,720. So we listed these items based on the liquidity, right? So the total asset is $98,080. Liabilities, bank loan payable, 26,800. Accounts payable, 4,720. Interest payable, 1,800. Deferred revenue, this is a liability, okay, 15,000. So even though it's said revenue, but deferred revenue is a liability. So total liabilities 48,320. Common shares 25,500. Return earnings ending balance is calculated from the last statement 24,260 from the statement of changes in equity. So together total shareholders equity 49,760. Together liability and shareholder equity $98,080 equals to the total assets. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.